Good morning, my sunshine yogis. Thank you for joining today's chair session. We are going to begin seated. I like to place my chair underneath a mat because a portion of this class will be standing and we will need the mat for support. Socks or bare feet are good for today's practice. And the theme of the month is mindfulness, which I think is such a fitting theme for the beginning of summer. Next week, we celebrate the solstice, which is the longest day of the year, the official start of the summer season. And the days are longer, the light lasts longer, we're expending a lot more energy. And so I think it's really important that we find time and ways to weave some mindfulness into our days when we're putting out that much energy, right? It's important to kind of take a pause and reset and kind of get everything back into balance. It's very easy to get super stimulated in the summer. We have tons of activity, the temperatures are a little higher, right? There's lots going on. So really important to find those moments of mindfulness where we can kind of slow down and recharge. So perfect theme for today's class. I'll invite you to sit close to the edge of your chair. And you want your knees to be in line with your hips and your ankles to fall right below your knees. So my feet are facing forward. And from this point, I want you to just settle your sit bones down nice and firm and build your spine up nice and tall. So for a lot of us, when we sit, we tend to kind of coil back. You can see how my shoulders have rolled forward, my chest and belly hollow out a little bit. We want to counter that by lifting up the sternum, rolling the shoulders back and down, and getting nice and long in our spine. See if you can feel your ears just kind of floating over your shoulders and your shoulders just floating over your hips. So that's kind of a good check-in point. Just allow your hands to rest on your thighs. And I'll invite you to close your eyes. We're just going to take a few moments here to let go of whatever energy we were holding on to that brought us to this moment. So that could be making the bed, having a cup of tea, getting a few errands done, whatever that energy is that you were working with before you came here, just let it go. Right? Maybe we take a nice deep breath in together, breathe in through your nose. And let's open the mouth, exhale it out, and let some of that stuff go. So we want to try to arrive in a neutral place where we can just sit and be present. This is sort of the foundation of our mindfulness practice. It's just finding a seat, closing the eyes so that we turn off some of the external stimulation that can so easily distract us. And we begin to turn in, just becoming the observer, witnessing ourselves as we sit and breathe. So just finding our breath, not really changing it in any way, but just observing and witnessing the inhale and the exhale as it moves in and out through your body. Now, this sounds easy to do, but in practice, keeping our mind's eye attached to that act of breathing can be a little bit of a slippery thing. The mind likes to move around a lot, and that is its job. So that you'll notice that even in stillness, as we're creating awareness of ourselves sitting here and breathing, even in this still moment, there's a lot of activity. The activity is in the body, but it's also in the mind. But we learn in our mindfulness practice that we don't judge the mind, right? The mind is going to constantly want to move and jump around. So we don't try to delete our thoughts or have judgment about them. Instead, we try to develop the ability to just let them slip on by. And in the observer's seat, we can just watch them float by like clouds. Now I'll ask you to see if you can explore bringing all of your attention just to your breath. And we're going to start to make our breath a little bit deeper. So I'm going to ask you to inhale through your nose for a count of 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that at the top, and you're going to breathe out through your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold empty. Let's continue the pattern. Follow the breath. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold. Feel your fullness, ribs expanded, belly inflated. Exhale through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel your emptiness and squeeze your navel towards your spine. Let's do one more round. Mindful breathing. Inhale for 5. Feel the belly expand, chest, ribs. 2 and 1. Hold at the top. Exhale through the nose. 5. Feel everything squeeze in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold empty. And then just return to an easy pattern of breathing. Continue to trace the breath with your mind's eye so that you're really following the in and out, the rise and fall. And just notice how this practice takes you truly into the present moment. Everything else kind of falls away, and you're in this space of no cares, no worries, no commitment, no future, no past. We are sitting right here, breathing. It's a real sense of power and liberation in being able to find this moment. Good. Now gently ease your eyes open, and we'll continue to follow a nice steady rhythm of breath. Notice how relaxed you feel, how connected. Such a powerful practice. All right, let's get into our neck and our shoulders a little bit. So keep your nice tall spine, and let's drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Now try not to dip your chin down. We want to point it forward so your throat stays nice and open, and just begin to feel that opening on the left side of your neck. Not forcing anything, rooting down through that left sit bone and hip, and dropping the left shoulder away. Now keeping your head on the diagonal, start to move your head as if you were saying yes. So lift your chin up at a diagonal, and then down at a diagonal. Yes, please, a little more of this. It feels good. Up, lifting the chin. And then exhaling, drawing it down at a diagonal. Let's do one more because that's pretty yummy. Lift. And draw it down towards the left side. Good, come back to that diagonal. And now no, you're gonna tilt your chin up towards the left-hand corner, and then down, no, towards the right shoulder. Again, inhale, tilt up, and exhale, tilt down. Keeping your spine nice and tall, nothing else is moving. We're just isolating the neck as you lift up. And then take it down. Good, back to center, still on the diagonal. We're gonna release the opposite arm. So left arm comes out, tug your fingers away from you. Feel a big stretch now, really right through the fingertips. And let's close your hand into a fist and then open it up. So I'm curling my fingertips in, making a ball, and then spreading them out nice and wide. A couple times like that, just activating the hands and the wrist joints. And the next time you make a fist, let's start to roll the wrist around in a circle, one direction. Kind of multitasking here, opening our wrists and our neck, take it in the opposite direction. Good stuff. And then open the palm wide, turn your thumb down, and bring the back of the hand to the sacrum. So you're going to press the back of the hand into the flat of your back and roll that left shoulder back. A little bit of a shoulder opener here. So you can tilt the shoulder back and maybe even turn your chin back up at that diagonal again. Feeling that nice opening, rolling the left shoulder back. And then mindfully drop the chin down towards the right shoulder. And then bring the head back and up and release. Let's go ahead and shake that side out. Nice work. Good. Opposite side now. Left ear to left shoulder. This could be your cranky side. It's pretty cranky for me. I can feel that. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed if it helps to keep you mindfully moving through the poses. So we slow down our movement and we match our breath to our movement. Let's take that little on the diagonal, yes. Bring the chin up towards the sky. And then down towards the sternum at an angle. Yes, please, a little more of this, take it up. On the exhale, bring it down, staying at that diagonal. One more time, three's the charm, yes, as we lift. And then bring it down as we exhale. And then bring it to neutral. And we're gonna do no. So tilt the chin up. And then bring it down towards your left shoulder. Inhale up. Little diagonal. Exhale as you take it down. One more time, feeling where this is isolated in your neck, really appreciating all the goodness of the stretch. We'll come back to neutral and extend the right arm out. Go ahead and stretch your fingertips away from you. Just notice if that gives you a deeper sensation of opening up that right side. And then ball the fingers up, curl them into a fist, and then spread them nice and wide. You can match it to an inhale as you curl in. Exhale as you open up. One more to curl in. And then as you exhale, roll your wrist out one direction. Feel through that. Oh, yeah. And around. Good. Now open the palm wide, turn the thumb down, and bring the back of your hand to your sacrum. So press it into the flat part of your back. Gently roll that right shoulder back now, and just feel the stretch across the collarbones and the sternum. You may want to invite your chin up at a diagonal as you wrap your right shoulder back. Breathe in. Mindfully breathe out. Turn the chin down. See if that doesn't change the stretch for you a little bit. And then bring yourself up. Release that. Go ahead and shake your arm out. Let's give the shoulders a couple of loops. Up, back, and down. And then switch the direction. Forward, up, and down. Good. Now bring your hands to your kneecaps. Hopefully you're still seated towards the edge of your chair. We'll open up the spine with some cow-cat movement. Now, on the exhale, which is the cat part, I want you to exhale kind of sharply. So as we inhale, we're going to arch the back. Notice how my shoulders drop down and back as my sternum lifts forward. From the side, you can see I have a little arch in my back. As we exhale, we're going to pull ourselves back, scoop out that belly and go ha. So inhale, we're going to come up. Exhale, ha. Like that. So a little more forceful exhale on the cat portion. It's going to activate our chi, our prana, our life force. Really good for getting some energy going in the body. Plus a great workout for our spine. This is one of my favorites. All right, here we go, guys. Take a breath in and lift your heart. Drop your shoulders back and down. Exhale with a ha as you go back. Inhale up. Exhale, ha. 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 And your exhales can be audible or not, but let them be open mouth so that you're really forcing the breath out. Ha. Ha. Think of this as a kind of a detox as you're letting something go with that forceful exhale. You're also helping to open up your spine and get all the fluid moving in your shoulders, your spine, and your hips. Ha. Ha. Let's do two more. Ha. Last one. Ha. Now stay here. Keep your spine nice and rounded. Really separate your shoulder blades on your back even more. So if you can, take a deeper stretch into that upper portion of your back. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And let's lift and interlace our fingers in front of us and press our palms away. So pressing the heels of the hands away from you, stretch out those shoulder blades a little bit more. Oh, that should feel good. And on your next breath in, rise on up. So we're going to come on up, still pressing the hands away from us. Try to relax your inner shoulders as you get nice and long through your waist here. Now our right leg is going to step out to the side at about 90 degrees. My toes are pointing forward and I'm pressing the edge of my right foot into the floor. So if you need to, scoot a little bit forward so you can make this position with your legs. Breathe in, lift out of your waist. On the exhale, that right hand is going to come down along your extended leg and your left arm is going to reach overhead. Big side stretch here for the left side of your body. Now, as this left side opens up, can you breathe into your side ribs? See if they can expand a little bit more. That's using your mind to direct your breath mindfully, right? Opening up. Notice how this right side is contracted. This is the yin and the yang of the posture. Yin is contraction, yang is expansion, opening up. Good, beautiful. Now rise on up. And we're just going to pivot a quarter turn. Take that bent knee off to the side. And that right leg is going to stay back behind you. Now I've pivoted onto the ball of my right foot, so my right heel is lifted. Coming into a lunge, you should be feeling a good stretch right in front of your right hip here. My left knee is over my left ankle. I'm going to take my left hand and grab the back of the chair. Take a moment to square your hips and press back through that back heel, straightening the back leg as much as you can. Now lift your right arm up and you're going to lean off to the left as you hold on to the back of the chair. Get a big stretch into that right hip flexor. You should feel this. If it's not comfortable for you, then don't lean into it. Just keep your arm lifted. But the lean is going to add that extra stretch. Beautiful. All right, come back and up. Now pivot back so that that left knee comes forward at 90 degrees. Pick up your right leg and just cross it over your left. So you may want to bring your legs more towards the middle. You can tuck your right toes behind your left if you'd like. We're going to take a twist by bringing our left arm up and then hold on to the back of the seat with your right as you turn to the right. Now my left hand comes outside of my stacked knees and I'm turning my chest to the right. As you breathe in, think about keeping your spine really tall. Lift up. And as you breathe out, see if you can wrap your right shoulder back and then wrap your ribs. Maybe turn your chin. See if you can look behind your right shoulder. One more breath. On an exhale, we're going to unwind to the opposite side. So open twist. Hold on to the back of the chair with your left hand. Right hand now to the outside of your stacked knees and just revolve your chest and your ribs and your belly in the opposite direction. Giving a good cleansing squeeze to all the muscles along the length of our spine. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let's unwind back to center. Now, hold on to the edge of the chair, pick up that right knee, extend your leg all the way out, pressing through the heel. Draw your toes back towards you, engage that quad muscle. Feel that and engage your core muscles. Feel that, sit nice and tall, breathe in, feel the burn. On your exhale, let the heel drop all the way down to the ground with your leg extended. Let's take a nice hamstring stretch as we just let our hands slide down the front of our right shin. Pull your right toes back towards you. I have my toes pointing back. And lean your chest out over your front thigh, but keep your spine nice and long. This feels really good. It also feels like I really need it. Hopefully you do too. All right, good stuff. Come on up. And then we will take that same sequence on the other side. So take your arms up and overhead. We're going to flip the palms up towards the ceiling and invite the left leg out now at 90 degrees with the toes pointing forward. Now press into the edge of that foot. So this leg should feel really grounded and strong. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to lower the left hand and lean towards our extended leg. Opening up that right side. Press into the outer edge of that foot and ground through your right sit bone. Breathe mindfully into your right ribs. Let all of that side begin to open up. One more breath in. On the exhale, come back up and we're going to pivot a quarter turn to come into our lunge. So I'm pivoting onto the ball of my back foot. My left heel is lifted. My right knee and ankle are stacked, and I'm kind of side saddle on the seat of the chair. Take a moment to square your hips and do the best that you can to drive that back heel away, bringing that leg to straight. So you want to feel the front of the thigh lifted, your glute turned on, and then wrap your right hand behind the back of your chair. Lift the left arm up. Stay here and breathe in and out. Or for a little extra, we're going to lean off towards the back of the chair. And just notice how that increases the stretch in your left hip flexor, getting right into the psoas muscle, which is the deepest muscle in the body. It connects our upper body to our lower body and does an amazing job each and every day. Send some love there into that left hip and then come on up. Good. Pivot back to the center. Good. And now take that left leg up and we're going to cross it over the right. Draw your stacked knees more into the center. And then that right arm is going to come up. You're going to grab onto the back of the chair with the left. Take a breath in as you lift up. And as you breathe out, we're going to take our twist into our left leg, turning to the left. So hook your right arm outside of your legs. As you breathe in, lift up nice and tall. As you breathe out, keep your chin lifted and turn it towards the left. Pulling your left shoulder back, wringing out your spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And now gently unwind, and we'll take that twist in the opposite direction, open twist. So left hand to the outside of your stacked legs. Right hand wraps feet back behind you. Breathe in some length. Breathe out as you twist. Notice the sensation from the base of your spine all the way up and into your neck. And then gently unwind. Hold on to the side of the chair. Lift that top knee up and extend your foot out nice and straight. So my whole left leg is straight. I'm activating my thigh. I'm activating my core. I'm staying lifted and I'm pulling my toes back towards me. Feel that strength that you're building. Breathe in. On the breath out, lower the heel all the way down, legs extended, and let's slide our hands down our shin to get into that hamstring. So from the side. If pulling the toes back towards you is too much, go ahead and keep the toes grounded. Just try to keep your chest lifted. We don't want to round here. We want to extend out and over that front thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And slowly bring yourself upright. Nice work. Let's go ahead and stand for a few rounds of movement and posture. So we're going to take the seat of the chair to face us. We'll just take a few rounds of half sun salutations. So just a nice way to warm up the back side of the body and to get, actually I'll turn this way for you, and to get our hamstrings warmed up. So facing the seat of the chair, you'll step away from it. We're going to use it as kind of a landing pad. So as you breathe in facing the chair, bring your arms all the way up and overhead. Your feet are right underneath your hips. You're standing nice and tall. As you exhale, fold forward and just place your hands onto the seat of the chair. So we want to really get our spine nice and long here. Try to think from the crown of the head to the tailbone, flat back. My belly's pulled in. My knees are fairly straight, but if your hamstrings are tight, go ahead and bend them. This will do a lot to help open them up and to help with your comfort level. Try to find that flat back, so bring awareness into the length of your spine. Now inhale and airplane your arms back. So a little more balance here, ground through your feet. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back and let your palms face down as you stretch your fingertips back behind you. Get nice and tall, long as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, we're going to fold all the way forward, softening the knees. Now you can hold on to the seat of the chair if that feels good. Or if you have the ability to drop your fingertips to the floor, do so. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Try to let everything dangle here. Let your head and your neck get loose. Maybe rotate the fingers, give them a good shake. Just release as much as you can. Good. Now, on your next breath in, back to that airplane shape. So pull the arms back behind you, flatten out your spine. Squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back. Breathe in, lift all the way up, press into your heels, bring your hands overhead. And as you exhale, let the thumbs travel to your heart. Let's do one more just like that. Inhale, arms up and overhead, a little half sun salutation. Exhale, folding from your hips, bring your hands to the seat of the chair. Inhale into your flat back, ground through the heels of your feet and the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, lengthen from tailbone to crown. Inhale, airplane your arms, sweep them back behind you, open up your chest. Exhale, full forward fold, either fingertips to the floor or to the seat of the chair. Let yourself go. Get really soft and kind of floppy here. Good, now inhale back into that flat back, airplane the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale as you stay. Inhale, press through the heels of the feet to rise, arms all the way up and overhead. And then exhale, thumbs to the heart. Nice. Hopefully you're feeling a little more open through the hamstrings. Let's get into our back now. Using the seat of the chair, position your feet underneath your hips. Right hand now comes more towards the center of the chair, or a little bit more towards the center. And on the breath in, you're going to lift your left arm and twist open. So you should keep your legs pretty straight here. Feel this rotation through the mid and upper back. Breathe in. Exhale, we're going to thread it through. So you're just going to turn towards the right, thread that left arm underneath you. Inhale to open up. Pressing into your right hand, rotate the left open. Exhale to twist and thread it through to the right. One more inhale, twist open. Exhale to thread it through. Feel that rotation through your midsection. Now inhale to open again. Bend into your right knee and keep your left leg straight. And see if you can't feel a really nice stretch through your IT band and your glute muscles here. Twisting open. Breathing open that left side. Good, and then release. Let's take that to the other side. I'll flip my chair around for you. Left hand now more towards the middle of the chair. Inhale as you lift your right arm up. And then exhale as we twist and thread it through to the left. Inhale to open. Exhale to thread. Notice how this feels in your spine. Open up, twist. Feel that through the mid and upper back. Exhale to thread it through. And then inhale to open. We'll stay here. Bend into that left knee. Keep your right leg straight this time. So feel that big stretch on the outer hip. Maybe look up at your thumb. Breathing in and breathing out. Release and let that go. Nice work. Walk your feet in. And now let's flip so that we have the back of the chair facing us. Coming into some more standing poses here. So we'll begin with downward facing dog. You're going to hold on to the back of your chair and walk your feet back and away, keeping them underneath your hips. Start to let your chest melt down between your shoulders as your tailbone lengthens back. Relax your head and neck. Feel that big stretch through the shoulders and the armpits. If your legs are tight, go ahead and soften through the knees. Maybe soften through the knees and just notice how you can lift your tailbone a little bit higher. That might feel good in terms of lengthening your back. Downward facing dog. Good, now let's add a little strengthening for our wrists, for our ankles and our calves. So as you inhale, come up onto your toes here. Exhale, bend the knees, staying on the toes. So you're gonna feel this, really ground through your feet. Inhale, now straighten your legs, stay high on your tippy toes. And as you exhale, let your heels melt towards the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale, high onto the toes. Exhale as you bend your knees, staying lifted onto the toes, heels lifted. Inhale, now press to straight legs. And then exhale, let's melt those heels down. One more round. Inhale onto the toes. Exhale to bend the knees, the heels stay lifted. Inhale, straighten your legs, feel your calves, oh yes. And then exhale, the heels come down. Nice work. All right, we're gonna step our right foot forward, up towards the back of the chair, and we're gonna ground the heel of the left foot. And those toes are gonna be a little bit at an angle, setting up for warrior one here. Here. I'm gonna bend into my right knee, and my feet are about hips width distance apart. So your right hip is gonna wanna kind of come forward. Let's see if we can pull it back more in line with the left. Press strongly into the outer edge of your left foot. You may be feeling a big stretch in your hamstrings there. I know I am. This is warrior one position. So once you get your hips square and you feel your shoulders stacked over your hips, round down evenly through your feet. And then we're going to bring our hands with the fingertips pointing down to our low back. So place them next to each other, wrap your shoulders and your elbows back, and just gently begin to press the tailbone down. Lengthen out that flesh from your upper buttocks down and feel the stretch in your low back. Wrap your shoulders back and maybe lift your chest and your gaze. Coming into a gentle back bend here. We are also challenging our balance a little bit. So do what's comfortable for you. Feel the openness across the front of the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll look forward. Now place your hands to the back of the chair. Spin onto the ball of your back foot and press into your right foot to bring your left foot forward. So I'm going to spin to have you see where we're going. My left knee is lifted. I'm going to bring my left ankle to my right thigh. Now this can be perfect. You can stand here and get all the benefits from the standing figure four. This is a hip opener, so you should feel that across the front of the hips. You can stay right here and enjoy this, or if you'd like to go a little deeper, start to bend your standing leg and come into a bit of a squat. So you want to make sure that your left foot is flexed and your knee and ankle are in the same line. Now, if you really want to challenge yourself, you can let go of the chair. This is pretty intense. So any variation along this line, standing, bent knee, whatever feels good. Definitely working the hips here. So appreciate what your body can do and mindfully be in your version of this posture. Beautiful. Lots of strong work in our foundation. Take a breath in to rise up. And on your exhale, let that go and shake it out. Beautiful work, really nice. That's a big hip opener. Let's come back to our chair. I'll switch around this time and walk it back to your downward facing dog. That should feel really nice after that. So go ahead and let your chest sink. Stretch your ribs back towards your thighs. Lengthen out your spine and your hamstrings. And then looking forward, step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down, angle the toes up towards the right-hand corner of your mat. Press into the outer edge of that back foot, bend into your front knee. And as you are ready, free the hands up to come to your hips and square your hips. Bring that left hip back and invite the right hip forward, finding warrior one. Just take a moment to get really solid in your legs. Beautiful. And then let the hands come to the low back to find your back bend, gentle. So again, you're going to press the fingertips down, inviting the flesh from the upper buttocks down so that you lengthen your low back here. Pull your shoulders onto your back to open up your chest and stay right here, or maybe begin to lift the gaze up. Inviting in a little bit of balance here. Keep the shoulder blades moving towards one another, the elbows. The legs are strong and steady. Lots of deep and mindful breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, look forward, release. Hands come to the back of the chair. We're gonna pivot onto the ball of the back foot and then lift that knee forward. Turning to the side so you can see me, I'm gonna place my right ankle onto my left thigh, finding the figure 4 configuration. Flexing that right foot. Now you can stay right here. Really invite your right knee to the side and down. So not here, but open, so you can feel that stretch across the front of the hips. Now you could even play with balancing upright if you would like. Or again, as we tried on the other side, you may explore bending into your standing leg and taking this more into a squat as we drop our hips back and down. This is a deep hip opener. So wherever you find a comfort level for yourself or something that works for you, drop into it and do you. That's the beautiful thing about yoga. It fits every body shape, size, condition, wherever we are. Good. And add some mindfulness by really tuning in. How am I breathing? What's working? What isn't working? Can I make an adjustment? Do I need to modify? Right? All of that is answering your mindfulness. Come on up and then release. Let's shake it out. Beautiful. Nice job. All right, come on back to your seat. Let me get set up in the middle here. We'll just do one quick little nice finishing hip opener. So let's take our feet nice and wide into a wide straddle with, again, the knees stacked over the ankles and the toes turned out at a nice angle. We're going to go ahead and lower our right forearm to our right thigh and lift the left arm up. Now use your forearm and your elbow to open that thigh a little bit more. We want to be feeling the stretch in the inner leg line here. So try to invite that in as much as you can. Breathing in. And then up and over, other side, left side, right arm up. Press those inner thighs open. Stretch long out of your right hip. And then both hands to the inner thighs. Lean forward and use the elbows to widen the knees. So your back is long here. My arms are active. They're turned on because they're pressing my knees wide. Big stretch. Breathe into it. And then forward fold. So see if you can just let your hands come down to the ground. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Release out of your low back. Feel the stretch in the outer hips. Yes, big stretch there. And then keep your chin tucked towards your chest. Roll yourself up. Vertebra by vertebra. Stack yourself. Good. And then take your hands to the edges of your chair. And we're just going to windshield wiper our legs. So right knee comes in towards the center and then left. Just a couple of times, just like that, back and forth. Dropping that knee down and swiveling back and forth. This should feel pretty good for releasing those outer hips. Nice work. Good. And then back to center. One last little thing at the edge of the chair, and then we'll be able to release all the way back. Take your hands behind your head and clasp them. Go ahead and cuddle the back of your skull. And then as you breathe in, draw your elbows back and lift your heart. Lean your head back and into your hands. As you exhale, drop chin to chest and draw the elbows forward as you round through your neck and spine. Inhale, open up, lengthen the spine, widen the elbows, lift the chin. Exhale, take it in, nice and slow. Just feel how good this feels. Let's do one more. Inhale, mindfully feeling the vertebrae lengthening, opening of your throat and chest. Exhaling as you mindfully feel the rounding and the curling in. And then inhale to lift up, extend your arms all the way out, and then exhale to lower them down. Slide all the way back into the back of your chair. Relax your hands on top of your thighs. Close your eyes and just let your shoulders drop down and away from your ears. Let's take a little body scan, beginning at the crown of the head. Try to feel a softness come over that space, as if there were honey being poured on top of you. Just let the warmth and that beautiful liquid sensation just kind of come over your entire skull and face, so that your forehead relaxes, the space between your brows. Let your eyes get heavy and really mindfully relax your jaw. Let's release the low jaw from the upper jaw and just move it around a little bit. You may hear a little popping or cracking. Once you've done that a couple of times, just separate the lips a little bit and let there be a slight space between them. Keep your jaw as slack as possible. And then move your awareness down and into your neck and throat. Relaxing the muscles there and the muscles along the tops of the shoulders. Can you let that space get heavy? Release and let go. Let your mind's eye now travel into your torso, softening your ribs, front, side, and back. Feeling the support of your spine. Relaxing your arms, letting your elbows get floppy. Relaxing your forearms, your wrists, letting your hands melt into your thighs. Take your mind's eye to your pelvis. Relax your tailbone, your hip bones. Soften your hip sockets and your thigh bones. Let them get nice and heavy. Feel your kneecaps, the length of your shin. Relax your calf muscles, your ankles, all the bones in your feet. Take one more scan from head to tail, all the way down to the toes. And on your breath in, breathe in gratitude for this wonderful body temple that you inhabit. And as you breathe out anything that isn't serving you towards your health, towards your well-being, towards your mindful state. And let's just take a few mindful breaths here to close. Reminding ourselves that the mind will always be busy, but can we detach from that and just allow ourselves to sit in awareness? That even in the stillness, there is motion going on, but we're not attached to it. We sit in presence, we sit in joy, we sit in gratitude. To close, let's bring our hands to meet in front of our heart. Press your thumbs into your heart space. Take a nice breath in to feel your heart lift towards your thumbs. Breathe in. Take an open mouth, let it go. As you inhale, draw your eyes open. As you exhale, we're just going to bow to one another and say namaste. Thanking each one of us for showing up today and for taking the time to honor our mindfulness and our well-being. It was my honor to guide you today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and welcome to summer next week. Namaste, my yogis. Thank you for being here today.